Hi, welcome to another episode of Tech Talk Tuesday. Today, I want to share with you how you can use Copilot to help improve your efficiency and capacity in creating your work deliverables every day, just basically getting more done every day with the time that you have. So I have here a non-disclosure agreement from way back in 2021. And this is actually just a made up name. It's not the actual client that I was working with at that time. But what I want to show you is what this project entailed. So this is, like I said, it's a non-disclosure agreement. And what the project was meant to be is that the client was going to provide me with a series of random non disclosure agreements that they had already executed that were not necessarily what they really wanted. They were mismatches. They had different clauses in different agreements. And what they wanted was to actually have a template created that they could simply use going forward, that they felt contained all of the information and that it would be consistent and so forth. And so, with the project description here in Exhibit A, it captures all of that. The company, the client would provide me with a series, as I said, of templates of that had already been provided, signed, and I would perform for them a gap analysis of the critical items that needed to be captured into this template and provide different recommendations, and just basically go through this. And I would draft for them this non-disclosure agreement template for their future use, and also include some sample confidentiality and proprietary information, create an exchange log, which is very important when you're working with non-disclosure agreements. So back to our tip for today. So I'm going to use Copilot, and what I want is to message them. So what I wanted to do, I've actually already run this. So I want to review this attached non-disclosure agreement to prepare a professional proposal for the work that's described in the exhibit. And so what Copilot came back with was this NDA review, the key observations and considerations. So we've got business proposal and the different parties, that's all captured. Exclusions, what is not included, the obligations for how this will be handled, and so forth. And then there was also Copilot provided me with some suggestions to improve the NDA that I had provided the client back then. And then here we go. Here's the core, the meat that I'm looking for, a professional proposal for the work that was captured in Exhibit A. And it actually had already created that proposal, which I could download just by clicking on this link. So here's what's inside the proposal. It's all outlined for me here, the scope and the specific task to be performed, what the deliverables are, how data will be handled and with confidentiality, what the methodology is that would be followed for this project, very, very important, the timeline for the project, pricing, and I didn't propose this. Copilot performed an analysis and recommended a price of $6,800 for the defined scope, up to 5 specific NDAs. Now, given my background, for me to review 5 NDAs, do a quick gap analysis, this is only a couple of days' work. So I'm satisfied with that price. Very happy with that price. And then it provided the next steps. So here's my action plan. So it also came up with some additional um, opportunities to pursue, and of course I can carry on messaging with Copilot. So the bottom line here is that by examining this document, which is only just a couple of pages, it was a pre-existing template that I just had to basically plug in the client's name and address, and then provide a bespoke statement of work here in the exhibit. Using Copilot could generate a project specific proposal, provided me with recommended pricing, a timeline, and so forth. This literally took less than 2 minutes. This is a fantastic use of my time. And I just recommend that if you have similar documents,